Hey, Sandra here, and I'm going to talk about how using Socrative in the classroom motivates student learning. Socrative is a web-based application that allows teachers to quickly and effectively facilitate discussions and assess student learning. It's also a mobile app, so it can easily be accessed on devices like cell phones and your tablets. Creating your account is really easy and it's free. You'll have access to the same options on the website, in your cell phone, and in your tablet if that's what you choose to use. Pretty much, your account will only allow you to have one room number where all of your assessments will be located for your students to get. On the dashboard, you pretty much have four options. The first one is to start a quiz where you get the test that you've already made for students. You can ask a quick question in the form of multiple choice, true, false, or short answer, which is good for anticipatory sets. You also have an option to do an exit ticket at the end of class, perhaps for student understanding. And then there's also an option called space race, where in teams students can answer questions. Whoever gets the most right in the fastest time wins. According to Denise Odence in her article called Apps for Learning with iPads, the gaming aspect of Space Race engages students to win by getting their rocket the furthest, the fastest. So the connectedness among each individual becomes a recognizable key element to the overall success of the group. What's neat here is that before you actually start the quiz, you have the option of choosing how you want your students to receive the quiz. The first option will pretty much show students immediately whether the answer they chose was correct or not. They can skip around questions and edit their choices after selecting. The second option only allows students to answer in the order that the quiz questions were created, and they can't skip or change answers. And the third option allows the teacher to monitor the student progress via a live results table. The additional options at the bottom give the choice of disabling student names, so responses are anonymous, randomizing questions, which is good if you're trying to minimize cheating, and disabling student feedback, so students won't know if they got the question correct or wrong during the quiz. Alright, so continuing into the next section, the Manage Quizzes. In the Manage Quizzes section or tab, you can create, edit, you can import, duplicate, or delete quizzes, and you can view past reports of student feedback. As you can see in the Create Quiz section, teachers can make quizzes that are multiple choice, true, false, and short answer. So the live results button, it will not run unless a quiz is actually active. When it's running, you then select it, and then you're able to actually witness live responses as kids complete the quiz. When students log in using the teacher's room number, they either have immediate access to the learning tool, or they are prompted to wait until the teacher opens up the learning tool activity. So they'll see a colorful hexagon until the teacher's ready. When the teacher opens the assignment, students enter their name, and then they are immediately able to start responding to the questions with their answers. When they're done, they just submit their answers and they return to the hexagon waiting room. Odence noted how Socrative quizzes are an ideal information gathering tool. So to get students excited about Excel, I created a poll so kids could collect first-hand data and see their results immediately. With this assignment, students were able to fully participate in reaching the goal, which was to use data to create a chart. Mohammed Oweda and others noted in their article called Using Socrative and Smartphones for the Supportive Collaborative Learning that students feel that their answers and opinions are given value by the teacher and their classmates. And I could tell my kids really enjoyed contributing to the data. We all watched the live results of the students' feedback on the Promethean board, and then we tallied the results in Active Inspire using tally marks. Socrative allowed data to be more personal and relatable, which in my opinion made them work faster in comparison to the times I had just given them data to graph. So Socrative is definitely an easy way to test student learning, especially when you have a large class, or you're in a school where the copy machine is always broken. My second grade students have been learning how to use Apple shortcuts. So recently I gave them a quiz on the things they should have learned. You guys are going to do the first instruction. In the purple letters it says open Socrative. Socrative is what we're going to use to take our quiz about the shortcuts that we've learned so far in technology. So look on the side of your computer screen. Look on the side of your computer screen. There is an internet icon that says Socrative. I want you to open it. How do you open it? Click on it 2 times. Fast or slow? Fast. The website Socrative allows us to do things like take quizzes, answer questions, stuff like that, so Miss Owens knows what you know. So we're going to type in this code underneath the box that says student. So click in the box underneath where it says student. Click in the box underneath where it says student. The letters are gray and it says enter teacher's room code. My room code is typed on the board. My room code are the red letters. The red letters. Alright, so once you've typed it, I want you to press join room and then wait 1 second. After you type in the red code, I want you to press join room. Then you're going to see a shape. The shape is there because you have to wait until I start your activity. So I want to see the shape on everybody's computer before we start the quiz. Now we're about to take a quiz, second graders. When we take a quiz, is there talking? No. Are we looking at other people's computers? No. So make sure you do the right thing. When I start the quiz, your screen is going to change. You're going to see a box pop up. The box is going to ask you to type your name. So that means you need to type your name. Some research done by David Koka and Joseph Slisko over Socrates found that students also became more aware of their knowledge and their way of thinking with receiving this real-time feedback. So reports, they can be live, so the entire class sees how everybody answered, and it's nice because it does illustrate how students answered questions, and you even might notice a trend in certain questions that most kids or even half of the students answered incorrectly. So it might be something that the teacher could probably improve in as far as when they actually try to teach the material to the kids. So it would be really good and useful for the teacher when or if they have to reteach. I wouldn't always recommend illustrating results to the entire class because you don't want to embarrass any student. But I did make it clear to the students that I was just seeing what they knew, and it wouldn't be a quote-unquote grade. So number 1 was what's the shortcut to copy our pictures and words? Raise your hand if you know the right answer, Felix. Command C, very good. Number 2 was what's the shortcut that we use to paste? Somebody raise your hand and tell me the right answer. Yes.
Command V.
Command V, very good. Number 3 was what's the shortcut that we use when we need to go back or undo? Yes.
Command Z.
Command Z, very good. And number 4 was what is the shortcut that we use to save? Joshna.
Command S.
Yes, Command S. And number 5, the question was, what is the shortcut that we use when we want to close out of a program or exit? Jaden?
Q.
Say the whole thing.
Command Q.
Command Q. Very You got them all right?
Yeah. Yes. So did I.
So students at the end of the class, they pretty much made it very clear to me that they were excited to see their results, especially the ones that did very well. So once again, Socrative, it is a useful tool because it does support learning and increase motivation even to do better. The four C's include critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. I see this tool easily being able to hit all four areas. So critical thinking can easily occur through proper quiz questioning. It'll just depend on how the teacher chooses to challenge his or her students. The real-time feedback of responses can definitely elicit class discussion and debate, especially if you're using open-ended questions. David Koka and Joseph Slisko stated in the results of their study using Socrative to teach physics to students that Socrative stimulates the cooperative work and students enjoy the discussion and learn to argue their answers and their opinions. And although collaboration can occur in many ways with this tool, I really like the team working through questions with the space rocket game. Judy Deichmann stated in her article Socrative 2.0 that the progress of the race can be projected for the whole class to watch as the teams work, collaboration and competition at its best. Creativity can occur if students develop their own test questions. So perhaps throughout a class period while students are working on an assignment, one by one they can go to the teacher's desk and add their question along with answer choices to a quiz for the entire class to take. As far as future recommendations for Socrative, I hope that they make it so there can be multiple rooms for one account. For example, I teach over 30 different classes a week, so multiple rooms would just help me stay organized with all the different assessments. Also, probably incorporate more games. Overall, I really enjoy experimenting with Socrative in the elementary school setting, and I do plan on using this tool in the future for assessment and learning. So my last slide is just this really nice quote from Denise McQueen of Vince. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.